Hello and welcome to the program Nigerian Movies Today, coming to you on the network service of the NTA. The Nigerian film industry, popularly known as Nollywood, releases hundreds of movies annually. On the edition of the program, we'll be engaging a key stakeholder who is saddled with the responsibility of regulating these movies to meet best global practices. My name is Ifoma Odemba. Please stay tuned. Let's start the program with a movie of the week.
Our movie of the week is Shuabi Diaries. The movie, produced by Laide Daramola and Taiwo Adebayo, was directed by Biodun Stephen. The movie is a heartwarming tale that follows three friends navigating the Nigerian party scene, exploring the complexities of the Asoebi culture, and facing love, friendship, and family drama.
You just press whenever you feel like. I'm done.
Listen, I built my man with my money. Unlike you, behaving like a sport child.
With a star-studded cast of Shafi Bello, Nancy Simi, Kunle Remi, Chizzy Alichi, Kiki, Daniel Etim Effiong, Daniel Lloyd, Kalu Ikiagu, Fadekemi Olumide Aluko, among others.
What's my rent?
My rent expires in 3 days.
They see you throw money everywhere. Like Jagaban.
This girl is not like the other girls that stayed here before. She has like over 200,000 followers on Instagram. Verified, and she knows important people know.
Shuabi Diaries, a comedy, drama, and romance, promises a memorable experience filled with humor.
Welcome back from the movie of the week. On our exclusive guest segment, we'll be engaging a key professional whose job is to regulate and ensure we have wholesome content for our viewing.
Our exclusive guest this week is Dr. Shuabi Husseni. Born 4th December 1970 and raised in Lagos, Nigeria. Dr. Shuabi Husseni, the Director General, Chief Executive Officer of the National Film and Video Censors Board, is a Nigerian journalist, performing artist, cultural administrator, PR and media expert, film critic, and film curator. Dr. Shuabi Husseni holds a first-class BSc degree in Mass Communication from the Lagos State University School of Communication and MSc degree in Mass Communication with distinct from University of Lagos. He later pursued a PhD thesis on the structure of film production companies in Nollywood. Dr. Shuabi Husseni is an alumnus of the United States International Visitors Leadership Program and the AIG Imokude Foundation's AIG Public Leaders Program of the Blatonic School of Governance of the University of Oxford. He has served as one-term secretary of the governing board of the National Theatre National Troupe of Nigeria, 2011 to 2015. And until his appointment, Director of Dance of Music and Head of Strategic Communication Unit of the National Troupe of Nigeria, Dr. Shuabi is reputed as one of the most consistent documentarists of Nigeria's vibrant film and movie industry, Nollywood. He is an astute commentator on art, theatre, and film development in Nigeria and the continent of Africa. His most recent role was as the editor-at-large for The Guardian newspaper, and his career as a film and culture journalist with The Guardian has spanned over 3 decades. Dr. Shuabi Husseni has several affiliations to his credits. The chairman, Selected Committee of Africa's Premier Film Award in Africa Movie Academy Awards for 16 years. Member, prestigious Ama Jury. He has served on the board and on the jury of a number of festivals, awards, and committees, including the board of the Mainframe Film Institute by the legendary Tunde Kilani, board of InShot International Film Festival, board of Bank of Industry, Nollywood Fund, amongst others. Dr. Shuabi Husseni is an author of monograph on the pioneers of the Nigerian film and video industry titled Moviedom, the Nollywood Narratives. Dr. Shaibu is a senior teaching and research fellow at the Mass Communication Department of the University of Lagos, and was a former member of the Nigeria Official Selection Committee charged with the responsibility of deciding Nigeria's entry for the Best International Film category of the Oscars. Dr. Shaibu is a current voting member of the International Golden Globes Award, consultant Berlin International Film Festival, a pioneer artist of the National Troupe of Nigeria who rose to become personal special assistant to the Director General of the National Theatre National Troupe of Nigeria. Dr. Shuabi Husseni has considerable theoretical, practical, and field experience in the area of theatre, cultural administration, as well as in public relations, advertising, journalism, and broadcasting. He has equally served as a resource person trainer in the field of theatre, culture, and mass communication. Help welcome the Director General, Chief Executive Officer of National Film and Video Censors Board, Dr. Shuabi Husseni, to the set of Nigerian Movies Today on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
On our exclusive guest segment today, we have a seasoned professional, a key stakeholder in the motion picture industry that is responsible for regulating wholesome content we view at home, in the person of Dr. Shuabi Husseni. Welcome, sir, to Movies Today Studios.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I mean, this is home for me. I mean, I've been a regular on this program before I became Executive Director of the Film and Video Censors Board. So it's really good to be back home.
Yeah, so how do you feel being on the other side now?
Oh, well, I feel the same way. I mean, it's the same job that I'm doing, except that now I have to manage women. I will have to manage both human and material resources to make sure that we get the right films out there and the rest. And then I also have to do my job as a critic and all that. So, I mean, I'm still involved in the work of a critic, in the work of a film journalist, but this time as an administrator. So, I mean, it feels good anyway.
Okay, so can you share a bit of your journey into film regulation?
Okay, well, it started from me reporting about film. First of all, I have a very strong background in theater, and later I delved into film, and I was reporting film consistently for the Guardian newspapers. I got that opportunity through a mentor, German and Nicolapo, who was at that time arts editor and later became and retired as the Sunday editor of the Guardian. He called me one day and said, "Look, I know you're a performing artist. I know you know about the stage and all that. But I want someone dedicated to the coverage of the Nollywood industry because there's so much that is happening there." So he put me on the field and I went about, looking at whatever they were doing in the industry, talking to stakeholders. We started one column, celebrity, later something about around and about Nollywood, inside Nollywood, we had so many ideas, what to do with the industry. And then, we became something like a voice in the industry. People looked out for you to cover their events. People looked out for you to review their films and so on. We even had a column for review of movies called Moviedom and Movie Run. We're running review every week and all that. So we're doing all this until the President and Commander-in-Chief, approved my appointment as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Film and Video Censors Board. And to the glory of God, that we're doing our best to make sure that we move to the permanent site.
We'll surely get to the permanent side. So, while you were doing all this, what's the motivating factor?
Well, I just had passion for doing whatever I wanted to do and doing it right. When I was dancing, I used to dance professionally.
Wow,
We're doing it correctly, and that even got me into the Nigerian national
true.
troupe. Became a member of the national troupe of Nigeria. Got from being an artist to becoming a director there at the national troupe of Nigeria. Had so many roles. It was just for doing it right. I had a passion for the arts. I had a passion for film. And then I was meeting the right people at every point. At the point I was with the late Chief Hubert Ogunde, I was with him. I was actually the one who recruited us into the national troupe. But when I got to the national troupe, I found that he was a very strong filmmaker, a strong voice in film. So each time we had a holiday, instead of me going home to just go and while away my time, I will intern with his production company. We were taking films to Jeba, to Sokoto, to show an Ogunde film, and the hall will be filled up. And I always remember that after every show, we stay behind in the hall, we take Ijebu Gari,
Wow.
and all those stuff. So it was really fun, It was really fun. It's just meeting the right people, getting mentored, The thing that is missing in our society
It's
is
mentorship.
mentorship. A lot of people just want to blow. They don't want to learn under people. I have walked through people. People have walked through me. I've had some of the best mentors, you can talk about. Is it Ahmed Yerima? I worked with him for over 10. Professor Ahmed Yerima, I worked with him for over 10 years. Is it Uncle Bayo Oduneye, who gave me my first opportunity to be on stage, 5,000 capacity main bowl, National Theatre, where I took part in the stage adaptation of Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. But sometimes it's just to make sure you are adding to what you already know and all that. That's how we're here.
So, as the executive director for National Film and Video Censors Board, what are your core mandates and how are you driving it?
Okay, the board was formally established in 1994, and then there's an act, became an act of the National Assembly when we returned to democratic rule. And the board has been there. Their job basically is to, I hate to use the word censor, because globally now, censorship is off. It's more of classification, but that does not mean that if we see content that needs to
be censored,
we will talk about it, So we classify films, we regulate distribution of the films, we regulate the exhibition of the films. That's where it is seen and who is responsible for taking those films to be seen. So we do all that. Beyond that too, we do a lot of media engagement, especially what we call media literacy, because we believe that when we educate the consumers on what they should see and what they should not see, especially our young ones, it will help our job. There are some that needs parental guidance. I was watching a film one time with my teen daughter, and then she said, Daddy, why are these people without covering? I said, this is a historical film. It was set in a period when this was normal,
yes.
And it's not normal now,
No.
but because it's a historical film and it's dated. So she nodded. That means that I've passed knowledge
to her.
And then we provide advisory to government on matters relating to film and all that. And very soon we will take the deeper dive into making sure that we regulate, the activities of the filmmakers themselves, especially in terms of standards, and all that.
Before we get to standards, let's what are the current reforms you've brought to the table that you're working on?
Thank you so much. Well, I was appointed in January 2024, and within that period, we have tried to re-engineer, we have tried to see how we can how we can operate, with the best, in terms of best practices. We have professionalized, and then we have digitized our processes. Formerly, a lot of people complain that, they have to do DVD, they have to be looking for our offices to go and license their films and all that. But now we have digitized the process. You can send your films to us from the warm comfort of your home, and we get it done in record time. In fact, for some movies, we do it under 24 hours, and you get your certificate online. That is, you just send your film online, make the payment to government online for the certification, and then we send your certificate to you online. If you want the physical certificate, then you can now do that. So we have digitized that process, and then we have also brought censorship very closer to people, so that they don't have to travel so far, to make sure that they find us. The other thing is also we have tried as much as possible to ensure that we have a lot of industry engagement. I believe that the more I engage with the stakeholders, the less job I will do in terms of making them to be responsible or responsive, to our society. And the entire journey is actually to make sure that we have a world-class regulatory agency.
Okay, taking from you, I don't want to call it censorship the way you said.
Yeah.
We'll call it classification.
Yeah.
So how do you classify things so that you don't, I'm trying to find the right word, but let me just use hinder, the creative freedom of movie makers in Nigeria?
No, there's creative freedom everywhere, but where your freedom, where you have, what they say, freedom of speech, but there's a limit to how you can express yourself.
Yes.
I don't think since I came in, and I mean, I've been having regular meetings with my classification officers and the rest. If the movie is totally one that cannot pass, we will have reasons for the movie not passing, and the filmmaker will be involved in the process himself, and we must reach an agreement. I've seen a particular film. A guy brought the film, and then he took a girl out in a normal way, and he was promising the girl marriage. All of a sudden, he takes her into a groove and then cuts off her head, and the money started coming out of her head.
Oh my goodness.
And I say, where is this one? He says it's a figment of his imagination. I say, keep that your imagination somewhere else. And then we now gave it a rating that he didn't like. We didn't quarrel with that.
Yes.
It's his figment of his imagination. No problem. You can do your figment of your imagination. But we will restrict the viewership. We give it restricted viewing. And no filmmaker wants a restricted viewing because you want to exploit it for commercial purpose. I know you will say that, okay, but you still find those films around. I don't.
That's what I was about to say.
I know you were going to say that, but this is the challenge that we have. We're in a democratized space now. The digital era has actually democratized filmmaker. People can make films in one room and just put it online.
Online.
Oh, no problem. We are working with major platforms. I've been having meetings with them, and we are 92.5% in our agreement. In a short while, it will be very impossible for you to use those platforms to upload those kind of movies without passing through.
Let's take a sneak peek to interesting movies to watch.
Interesting movies to watch are Revelations.
How are you a surgeon here in Utah? And I've never seen you before.
I'm looking at you, and I'm wondering why you're not working for my hospital.
You can't afford me.
Name your price. Haven't felt like this in a long time.
Don't waste your time on me.
Well, I don't like being told what to do.
Jesus, Melissa, do you think you really know what's going on with him? He is not who you think he is. You think a man like that comes here from Africa all alone? He is hiding something from you. This is medical malpractice. He has to know.
I can make this go away quietly.
And Red Alert.
Was the sweetest little brother.
I was at the wrong place.
And so are you in this moment.
Sometimes I just wish we didn't have to hide.
My father will kill me.
don't even know how such a wicked man was able to father someone like you.
I'm just like my father.
Never will put a bullet in your head.
I know how I will die.
How?
The attack on my son. Find whoever did it.
Let's find out who is building a strong energy and presence in our star to watch.
Our unstoppable star to watch this week is the Nigerian actor, model, and fashion enthusiast, Shams Garuba. Born on July 12, 1996, and hails from Edo State, Nigeria, Shams grew up with an infectious passion for creativity and storytelling. Long before cameras and bright lights found him, he already carried the spark of someone destined for greatness. He is the creative director at a fashion brand called Gandra. Shams pursued a degree in civil engineering at the University of Ilorin. While his academic past was rooted in engineering, his passion for the arts was undeniable. Shams' story began at home when his mother saw something extraordinary in him. She believed deeply in his potential, encouraging him to explore the world of modeling as early as 2014. He then eventually stepped fully into his career as a professional model in 2016. After completing his degree, Shams had a brief stint in the corporate world. However, his passion for the arts, grown by his experience in the creative industry, drew him into acting in 2022. His early years in modeling built his confidence and sharpened his presence in front of the camera. His leap into acting marked a thrilling new chapter in his journey. Made his acting debut in 2022 in the gripping miniseries Crime and Justice Lagos, a Showmax original series. He further went on to land roles in A Night in 2005 and Dear Diane. Some other works of his are Red Circle, Children of Blood and Bone, a globally celebrated book series, and A Lagos Love Story. From runways to red carpet, Shams has carved a unique space for himself. His versatility and relentless work ethics gives him the ability to move seamlessly between fashion and film. Shams Garuba is our rapidly unfolding star to watch.
Entertaining stories in the movie industry in our movements and events.
Award-winning veteran actor and filmmaker Wale Ojo is set for a major cinematic release in his new movie. This is not a Nollywood movie.
They don't kidnap the director. Where's Okechukwu? Oh God, they don't kidnap Okechukwu. I heard, but I can't believe it.
At a press conference held in Lagos, Wale Ojo, who wrote and directed the movie, highlighted the collaboration of Nollywood veterans and Gen Zs in the motion picture industry.
I've seen Bimbo over the years. I've seen Julius. I've known Julius for 20 years. I've watched Hank and Nuko all my life. You know, I grew up. As I was growing up, I was mentoring Olumide Oworu. You know, he's turned out to be a huge star. You know, there's so many people around. And I said, whenever I had the idea, I said, bang, that's the idea that people that I want in this film.
The action comedy, which is set for release this December, parades the cast of Bimbo Akitola, Julius Agu, Hank Anuku, Olumide Oworu, Brother Shaggy, Shatta Bondo, and Boma Akpore, who also serves as the producer of the new movie.
You haven't seen Hanks on a big screen. I don't know if, you know, in recent times, it's different, the mixture of the Nollywood legends and the newbies and the millennials. And, you know, like an Igbo man playing a Yoruba character, it's like an action comedy.
It's a special role for special people. If this is not a Nollywood movie, that role would make you feel better than yesterday. If you go watch This Is Not a Nollywood Movie, you're going to come back and say, hey, we want some more.
The story actually takes you back because it's actually about filmmaking.
You learn a lot from it. It's talking about real life experiences and what people have gone through. And sometimes it resonates well with me because as an actor, there's sometimes is that phase where you think you're a has-been or where you could be a has-been. That's something that we think about. You know, that's one of our challenges. Every day you're thinking about it. Is this the day I stop being relevant? So it talks about that as well, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Wow, how time flies. Thank you so much for staying with us on the program Nigerian Movies Today on the network service of the NTA. Quite an insightful and engaging edition. Please stay with us for our next edition. My name is Ifeoma Odimba. Bye-bye and God bless Nigeria.